On May 26, 2025, the Department of the Interior and Local Government announced that it will formally coordinate with the International Criminal Court to facilitate former President Rodrigo Duterte's oath-taking as the duly proclaimed mayor of Davao City, despite his current detention at The Hague on charges of crimes against humanity. Interior Secretary Jonvic Remulla affirmed that the DILG recognizes Duterte's overwhelming mandate, having been proclaimed by the Commission on Elections immediately after the May midterm polls, and will seek the ICC's clearance to allow the oath to proceed. Duterte's electoral victory in Davao City was by a landslide. He secured over 80% of the vote, outpacing his nearest rival by a margin of 8-1, and received more than 660,000 ballots in his favor. This result underscores the enduring popularity of the Duterte political dynasty in Mindanao, even as the former president remains under ICC detention for alleged human rights violations during his prior war on drugs campaign. Under Philippine election law, a candidate proclaimed in absentia may still assume office upon taking a valid oath, even if physically absent. In March 2025, the Comelec clarified that a detained candidate like Duterte could be proclaimed and assume office, provided an appropriate mechanism, such as remote administration by a Philippine consul or video link oath-taking, is arranged and sanctioned by the relevant authorities. Secretary Remulla has outlined two parallel tracks. First, notifying the ICC to permit a Philippines-appointed consul to administer the oath at the ICC detention facility, and second, exploring whether a remote, video-conferenced oath could satisfy both ICC regulations and Philippine legal requirements. What I will do is I will notify the ICC if our consul can go there so that he can take his oath. He needs to take the oath to assume office, Remulla stated in an ambush interview on Monday. The invocation of a Philippine consul is grounded in Article 133 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, which authorizes consular officers to perform notarial acts, including the administration of oaths, for their nationals abroad. By coordinating with the ICC and the Department of Foreign Affairs, the DILG aims to ensure that the oath administered by a consul in The Hague will be recognized under Philippine law, thereby validating Duterte's assumption of the mayoralty. From the ICC's perspective, the court has previously accommodated procedural requests by detained individuals for administrative matters, provided such actions do not interfere with judicial processes. While the ICC generally permits detainees to engage in teleconferenced hearings and communications with legal counsel, a request to allow an oath administered by a foreign official represents an unprecedented but legally defensible step, one that the DILG is now formally initiating. The practical implications of Duterte governing from detention remain complex. His administration team in Davao City will likely rely on video link briefings and delegation of executive functions to the vice mayor and city council, mirroring arrangements seen in other jurisdictions when elected officials have been temporarily incapacitated or abroad. Nonetheless, the legitimacy conferred by a duly administered oath, whether in person or remotely, will solidify Duterte's legal standing as mayor and empower him to direct city governance despite physical constraints. Looking ahead, the DLG will submit its formal request to the ICC within days, after which the court's registry will assess the compatibility of the proposed oath-taking arrangement with detention rules and consent protocols. Subject to ICC approval, the oath could be administered as early as mid-June 2025, ensuring that Mayor Duterte's term formally commences on June 30, in line with the local government code's uniform assumption of office date. Stay curious, stay connected. Subscribe now for more fresh news updates.